Welcome. This short video is called Factorial Fun. We are going to use the Microsoft Excel program to do a little bit of investigation of factorials and how quickly they increase. So, step one, open up an Excel workbook. I'm sharing my screen right now. I've already opened a workbook. As you can see, this is just a blank workbook here. I'm in cell A1. Increase the font size in case that's hard to see. Okay, so we're going to have two columns of data here. So first we're going to have a column called N. Then we're going to have a column called N factorial. I'll just label N exclamation point. In the N column, in column A, we're going to put values of N from 1 to 12. Now, one way to do this is to simply type the numbers, 6. It's very un-Excel. Instead, we're going to practice formulas or equations. So in this one, we're going to do a simple equation where we add 1 to the cell before it. So remember, to enter a formula, you start with the equal sign. And then you enter your formula, and any cell that you click on with the mouse will be entered into the formula as the value in that cell. You could also call that a variable. So here we have 1 plus A2. Now if I copy this, and on a Mac I'm just using Command C, you can use Control C on Windows, or Edit Copy from the Edit menu. Once I copy it, you can see that there's a dashed line floating around that. That means that cell has been copied. Now I'm going to select the rest of my cells, and I'm simply going to hit Paste. That's Command V or Control V or Edit Paste. Okay, once I do that, notice that my cells have now been populated with numbers increasing by 1 until I get to 12. Okay, in the second column, I'm going to calculate the factorial for each of those n's. So to calculate factorial in Excel, it is again a formula, so we start with the equal sign. And the formula that we need is called fact. Now, if you didn't know this, how might you find it out? Well, one way, of course, is to open up a web browser and Google for factorial in Excel, and it should give you 1,000 answers. A second way, though, is to guess here. So Excel has a little function helper, this fx up in the bar. If you click on that, it will open up the formula builder. You can search directly in formula builder. Since I know I want a factorial, I can guess that it might start with FAC, and as I start typing, it will automatically restrict my search results in the formula builder. Once I get to C, I only see a few options. The one selected, if I read the description down below, says it returns the factorial of a number. That sounds like what I want. It gives me the syntax as well. Fact followed by the number in parentheses. Okay. Fact, and now I need the number. So again, in true Excel fashion, we're not going to actually enter the number 1. Instead, we're going to use a reference to the cell immediately to the left of it. In this case, it's A2. So I want the factorial of whatever value is in the cell A2. Hit enter. The result is 1. The factorial of 1 is 1. Okay, using the same logic that we used in column A, I can copy that cell. I can select all of the cells down to row 13, and I can paste that formula. And again, as you look at these cells, you can see what Excel is doing. It's magically assuming that you want the cell immediately to the left of the cell that you're typing in. So it will increment the cell value or the cell reference every time you copy and paste. So A1 or A2 up here has become A3 and A4, A5, A6, et cetera, all the way down to A13. Okay, so now we have values for n in column A. We have values for the factorial of n in column B. The last step in this process is to graph this. We want to compare the increase in n, which is linear, with the increase in n factorial, which we can already tell is not linear. So let's go ahead and do that. In order to create a graph in Excel, I select the cells that I want to graph. Then I can go to the Insert panel. Up here, I click Insert. I'm going to choose a column graph. You might also choose something like a scatter plot if you wanted to see it in dots. Either one will work. Here is the plot. I'll make this a little bigger for us. It looks like this. We can get rid of the chart title. We don't really need that. The legend is quite small down here. Let's go ahead and see if we can move that. If we click on the Add Chart element up in the top left corner of the toolbar up here, there's an option for legend. At the moment, it's on the bottom. Let's click More Legend Options. That opens up a nice panel to the right in Excel. We can move that legend. Let's move it to the right side. Okay. I was looking for text size for the legend. Let's go ahead and do that manually then, if we can. Increase the font. In our legend. We might have to move it back down. Yes, let's move that back down to the bottom so we can see it. There we go. So the blue bars are the values of n. The orange bars are the values of n factorial. We can't see the blue bars on here. That's because our factorial is increasing so rapidly. You can see the axis here. We're up into the tens of millions very quickly. How can we fix this so we can see the blue bars as well? The most straightforward way is probably to change the axis values so that they're on a logarithmic scale. At the moment the scale is linear. When we're looking at disparate data sets that have very different rates of increase like this, a log scale is usually a better way to view those. So you can do that by simply clicking on the vertical axis values, double clicking on them. That'll open up a format axis bar over here. About halfway down, you can see there's a display units in logarithmic scale. I'm just going to check that box. I'm going to leave it at base 10 logarithmic. Okay, now we'll close that just to give us more room to look at our graph. Now you can see both the blue and orange. You can see the blue bar is increasing linearly. The orange bar is increasing much more rapidly. Remember, this is a log scale. So each grid line on the vertical axis is now a factor. of 10. So 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, etc. Okay. For the assignment, you can either turn in this Excel spreadsheet, take a screenshot of this Excel graph, and turn that in. If you have any questions, please send me an email. Thank you, and we'll see you again soon.